This figure of Souji Okita over here is proof where Good Smile makes excellent figures. They can go head to head with the very best figure brands in the market. But somehow they are not as consistent. I mean, when you look at their pop-up parades line or their other skill figures out there, I have no idea why. Maybe they are making too many figures, so they couldn't keep their quality control strict on everything. But this one over here is among the best I have seen coming from Good Smile's factory. Hi and welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven, today with a figure review. This one right here, we are looking at Good Smile Company's 1x7 scale Alter Ego class servant Souji Okita from 5th Grand Order. So this figure came out back in June last year. Yup, this came out 6 months ago for about 25,000 yen. That is inclusive of the 10% Japanese tax. Otherwise, she is more like 22,500 yen. Yeah. I got her several months after release from a local figure store. I was too lazy to, look for the best deal online in Japan and then try to import it because the box of this figure is massive. It is huge. So even if I found this figure for a significant discount, you can find her for under 20,000 yen easily nowadays. Yeah, the shipping cost is going to be astronomical, so I would rather let a local store handle it, and I received the figure including the box in perfect condition. So I did not really care too much about saving that extra $20 or $25 compared to importing myself from overseas, specifically with this figure right here. For today's video, I'm not going to discuss the box or the assembly process of this figure because I already covered that in part 1 of this video on Souji Okita where I did an unboxing, so you could check out how huge the box is and what the assembly process is like, which is actually kind of difficult in the sense that other than having several parts to put together, the parts are very tight. Almost every part on this figure are relatively tight, so you have to take extra care not to break anything, especially this ahoge up here, or this standing hair strand, we call it the ahoge, as well as that long sword, which is on the fragile side because it is fully made of plastic and it is rather flimsy, yet the handle is rather difficult to be inserted into her right hand. So it takes a bit of force, but not too much. Anyways, go and check out the video to know more about the assembly process of this figure. Last month in late December, I made a video on the best figures of year 2022 and I named this figure of Souji Okita as my best purchase for the entire year 2022 for a very good reason. To me, I think Good Smile has cemented their reputation as the brand to go for if you want to buy a figure with a Saber face. Yes, this isn't Saber, this is Souji Okita as an alter ego servant, but she looks like Saber. That's the point over here. Since late 2000s, Good Smile made their first Saber figure, their first modern Saber figure to be precise, which was the Saber Lily Distant Avalon. And then there was a variant on the, what do you call it? Yes, the Golden Excalibur, which was an exclusive variant for Wonder Festival. Shortly, it was followed by Triumph Excalibur, and then we had Narrow Claudius, though one can argue the one made by Stronger is a better Narrow figure. And then we had Mordred last year as well, followed by this Souji Okita over here. All of them are amazing figures. They are among the best Saber face figures in the market. However, if I were to compare all of them, I would put this Souji Okita over here in first place. Yes, she is ahead of every Saber face figure made by Good Smile so far. The sculpting and paintwork on this figure, overall a very sophisticated and complex figure, intricate, full of details no matter where you look, yet I could not find a single flaw no matter where I look on this figure, especially in front. I tried my very best to nitpick something, I couldn't find anything at all. It is this good. So to me, it feels like Good Smile almost had an exclusive team of maybe very veteran, very experienced employees working on every Saber face figures, while everyone else will work on the other skill figures. That is what it feels like to me, because When Good Smile pushes out a Saber face figure, they are often at a different level compared to the other scale figures, as if it was a completely different company or a different team that was working on these figures. At least that is the impression I'm getting. The face of this figure is like 95 or even 100% accurate to what we see in the official product photos. So really, it couldn't get any better than this. However, if there is one thing I would like to complain about the front of this figure at least, it has to be the sword over there. It is partially blocking the face, the right eye specifically, and I don't really like this as a figure photographer because it kind of ruins things a bit. If I were to do a diorama and photograph this figure in a scene I created, I have to be very specific with my angle or the eyes are being blocked, which isn't nice at all. I could have modified the figure, maybe hit up this right arm a bit and push it down so that I can move the sword out of the way, but I am unwilling to take the risk on such a well-made figure over here, so I shall leave it the way it is. This long sword she is holding, which I believe is called a naginata, it is kind of flimsy. I mean, look at this. Yeah, it is too flexible to my liking. This is made of ABS, I'm quite certain of it, Gunpla plastic. And my concern over here is that over time it might sag down, might 50-50 chance. Especially if you live in a hot and humid climate like I do over here. So I think Good Smile could have just added a 1000 yen on top of the existing price tag and gave us a die cast sword, a metal sword. That is what I would have preferred because durability will be a lot better compared to this very flimsy and fragile plastic we're getting over here for something so thin. So that is actually the main complaint I have with this figure. Behind this figure, the paintwork is almost perfect. Almost. I could find a couple of issues, though once again this is just me nitpicking. So behind this figure, on the edge of her, what do you call this, jacket? On the edge of her jacket, yeah, you can see this black color paint staining on the edge of the jacket, which really isn't an issue to most people because it is behind the figure. And once again, on the sides over here, there is one single black or grey color spot over there, which I think is removable with Mr. Hobby's leveling thinner. So these are the only two issues in terms of the paint department I could find on this figure. Both are behind of it. So this figure's quality control is excellent. As I mentioned earlier, it is at a different level from most Good Smile scale figures we have seen, maybe except for those 25,000 or 30,000 yen Miku figures. Good Smile also takes their Miku Hatsune figures very seriously, almost as much as their Saber face figures. So as a conclusion to this review today, this figure of Souji Okita is a must-have in the collection of any Fate Grand Order fans. I mean, even if you are not a FGO fan, but you just love high quality, high-end anime scale figures in general, yes, please pick up this figure before it is too late. So there you have it. Good Smile Company's 1/7 scale alter ego, Souji Okita from Fate Grand Order. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you do, please do like and subscribe this channel. I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching and see you guys soon. Goodbye.